Hello everyone, and welcome to another series of how to become a financial analyst. Today we will learn a topic which is a sorting and a subtotal in our series of how to become a financial analyst. So first of all, let's go on to the sorting. If I go into the data bar, you can see these are the different labels, options of sortings are available. Okay, so sorting is available in the data ribbon. So now let's look at the data. So we have our dates, then we have our salesperson who have done some of the sales, then these are our SKUs, the product which has been sold, and this is the value of the sales. Now my boss wants me to sort this data on the salesperson. He says, I just want to see the names of the people starting from A, then B, then C, and so on. So what I will do, I will simply put my cursor into the name and go and simply select this icon which says ascending, which is from A to Z. And before that, what I will do is let me just go into the center and mark. So let's say there are 163 records, so I will go on to the, let's say the 70th one. Let's just take this one, Spencer, and I will highlight it as yellow so that I want to see when I shuffle the columns, these columns stay in contact with each other. I don't want that C get sorted and the B and the D didn't get sorted and my data become a garbage. So I don't want to do that. That's why I mark it as yellow. So now I will put my cursor over here and go into my data ribbon and I will press A. And the moment I have done, you can see it that the system has sorted it on the salesperson. So first, for example, Adam is coming, and then Christina is coming, Cindy is coming, and so on. And if I go down to see where that yellow line which I marked, now I've seen that that's the record which is there, still in contact with each other. So that means column B, C, and D are still at the same level, and my data is okay. Okay, so I can go back, and after doing this, my boss says, okay, now I want to see the SKU wise, the product wise sales. So I can do simply put into my SKU wise, and I can say ascending or descending, Z on the top and A at the bottom. So like this. So now jam strawberry is on the top, and then orange and other flavors are here. Okay, so this is how, this is a product wise sorting. But you know, bosses are always demanding. So let's say he demanded me that I want to see the salesperson, his highest, or the salesperson highest sales on the top and the salesperson's lowest sales at the bottom. So now he's demanding me two things. First, to sort it onto the salesperson, and then to sort it onto the value. So what I will do, I'll keep my cursor anywhere. Now I can put anywhere, and I can go into this option which allow me more than two sorting options. So I will open this thing. So my first option is salesperson. So I will go into the salesperson, and A to Z or Z to A, it won't make any difference. And then I will say add the label, and in add the label I can say the sales amount, and my boss says the highest on the top and the lowest at the bottom. So here I can go and I can say the largest to smallest. So now I've sorted it onto column C and then column E. And now when I say OK, now you can see at the top that if for Adam, the highest sale 9319 is at the top, and the lowest sale, which is 2100, is at the bottom. Okay, and this applies to everybody. I can select any of the, even let's say if I go to Christina, I go to Christina and I highlight this thing over here. I can see that 9000 is on the top and 4400 is at the bottom. So this is what my boss wants me, and this is how I have delivered. Same, he says, no, okay, now I want my to sort it on the product, and the highest value of the product is at the top Now he says reverse, the lowest value on the top and the highest at the bottom. So what I will do, I will go again over here and change this salesperson to SKU wise. I don't mind what it is. And now here I will say smallest to largest and will say OK. And now you can see this whole thing is the apple jam, and the highest, which is 9191, is at the bottom, and the lowest one, which is 2600 2650, is at the top. So this is a simple sorting. You can do it over there, over any of the column. And now at the end he say, I want to see the largest transaction of the company on the top and the lowest transaction of the company at the bottom. So I will go on to this thing, and he says the highest on the top, so I will just say Z to A. So 9984 is the highest transaction done in that specific period, and if I go at the bottom, 2034 was the lowest transaction done in the company. So this is how we have different options. And now if he says no, okay, I want to see the data back onto the date wise, so I will keep my cursor on the date and say A to Z, and the system has again sorted it onto the date. So this is very simple example of a data sorting. I hope you have learned from it. And let's move to another topic, which is called a subtotal. Okay, so what is a subtotal? Subtotal is that you can pick any of a data, and you can say once this specific category ends, give me the total of this category to do this. Okay, so in that case what we'll do, let's first understand the data here. So these are my employees, so there is the employee number, these are the employee names, these are the department where these people are working, and this is their salary. So this is a very simple data. So your boss comes to you and asks you, sort this, do a subtotal of the department. So now, as you can see that there's a sales, marketing, sales, finance, and it's all is not in the order. So before I take a subtotal, I have to sort this data. That's a prerequisite over here. So I will go here and put my cursor on the department and sort. And now hence you can see that all the department gets sorted. Once the department gets sorted, then I can do a subtotal over here. But before the subtotal, I think this is a table. I have to remove the table. So I can go here and say table, yes, and convert it to the range, because normally subtotal don't works on the subtotal. Now it becomes a range, and now I can sort the data. Okay. So now what I will do, I will put my cursor over here. Okay, so now if I want to do a total on the department, what I have to do, I have to go first into my data ribbon, and over there I can see a icon which says a subtotal, and this is what I want. So I will click onto what is the cell, and what is my criteria to do a subtotal? So my criteria initially is the department. So over here I say at each change on the department, at each change of the department, sum what? By default it's selected salary, but I can select any of the field where there's a numeric number, and in this case I say is please select me the salary, and here it says replace the current totals if any, yes, and I want the summary of the total at the bottom. If I untick this thing, then the summary total will come on the top and the records will come at the bottom, but I want them at the bottom, and straight away what I will say simply says okay. And as you can see that there are automatic subtotal comes into the department, and these three levels also appear on the left hand side. So if this is the third level, because this is all. If I say show me the level 2, then the individual records of the employees will be squeezed, and only the department totals will be there. So this is how the system is showing me the department totals, and if I click on to 1, even the department will get collapsed and system will only show me the grand total. But from here, if I want to go on to the third level, which is a detail, I can always go here, and this is how the totals appearing on the sheet. Okay, so it's up to my boss. Will he want to take the whole details, or your boss has only demanded you to give the summaries? In whatever the case, you can easily give him. Okay, so let's do a subtotal again onto our sheet which we were doing previously. So here, if I want to do a a subtotal, I can select the salespersons or the product. So let me select the salesperson, but before that I also have to remove the table, and now I will sort this onto the person. So once it gets sorted onto the person, select everything and say data sort onto column C, because salesperson over here A to Z, I'm okay with that, and go on to the top. And over here I can again go on to the data and say subtotal, and now it's not the date, it's the salesperson's sum, and again the sales is coming automatically, so I will say okay, and here you can see that the subtotal appears at the change of the salesperson, and I can again see the summary, which is only the total of those people, of the salespeople, or at level 1, which is a single value. So this is something between the data sorting and the subtotal. And at any time I don't want the subtotal to be there, I can go into the subtotals, and here you say remove all. The moment you say remove all, it will come back to the normal position. Over here also, if I don't want the subtotals, I can go here into subtotal and say remove all, and the subtotal disappears and the data become the same way as it was in the previous way. So I hope that today you have learned a topic, and this will help you. If you want me to cover any specific function or scenario, then please feel free to leave a comment below and I will get back to you. Thanks for tuning in, and please like and subscribe my page, How to Become a Financial Analyst. Bye.